Hi, welcome to The Vine. This is video number 25. We're looking at chapter 24 in Greg Ogden's book, Discipleship Essentials. And the chapter is called Sharing the Wealth. And it isn't about what you may think it's about. It's about how do we share the wealth that Jesus has given us in terms of discipleship, in terms of a relationship with Him, with other people. Jesus' last commandment to the disciples was go and make disciples, baptizing them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, teaching them to obey everything I have commanded you. One of the things that the church has done, and Greg makes a great point of this, is the church has tried to put programs, I think, in place of people. And what it's about is about our relationship with Jesus through the power of the Holy Spirit, and then it is about us building relationships with other people. As we like to say at Stanley Press, faith is not taught, faith is caught. And so what Greg is encouraging us to do and giving us some really good teaching on how to do it is how to share the wealth of the faith we have in Jesus with other folks. There really is no program alone. There really is no ministry alone that is able to do it. It is really something that it just happens one-on-one, interpersonally. Sometimes this happens in church programs. Sometimes it happens at things in church through dinners, through D groups, especially, hopefully, through people who meet at worship, through activities. The key, I think, is what is going on in our own life. Is our own faith contagious enough where we just simply share it with other people? I want to talk just briefly about Chip Ingram. We read one of his books a couple of years ago as a church. In that book, he talks about who is your Mount Rushmore of faith? Who are the handful of people in your life that you had a relationship with, and they made all of the difference? That's something I think, I haven't met anyone who has a growing relationship with Jesus who cannot name one or two or three or four or maybe even a half dozen people. I think of the people who were my Sunday school teachers when I was in 7th grade, who just taught me so much, but treated me like someone who was independent from my parents, and they were adults, and that made all the difference. I think of the family that shared Christ with me when I was in 3rd and 4th grade. I think of folks here and at other churches who have really invested in me. So we've been given a great opportunity to do that. At the end of the chapter, Greg talks about Paul's methodology for doing this. It is not domineering. It is not imposing ourselves upon someone. That really doesn't work. When that happens in my life, I tend to reject it. When someone comes along and puts their arm around me and says, hey, I want to really teach you something here. That doesn't work. What happens is these natural relationships where we enter in and we get a permission from the person, not a formal signed slip, but just permission through the relationship that we have to really share our faith with them. And it's talking about having a gentle love like a mother is talking about it, taking firm stands like a father at times, although sometimes those are reversed in some families. And then it also talks about just putting a primacy on the relationship that we have. So as you've gone through this study and we're nearing the end, who is that person that God may be calling you to? Who is that coworker? Who is that neighbor? Who is that family member? Who is that person at church? Who is that person that you meet on your walks that maybe you say, hey, let's grab a cup of coffee, and you just let things emerge and go, and you love them in the way you've been loved by Jesus Christ. Thanks for watching. One more video after this one.